Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to look at the 10 obligatory acts of worship of Shia Islam, or Furu ad-Din. Without further ado, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Now, Shia Muslims follow the Quran as well as the prophetic hadiths or sayings and sunnah or customs, and adhere to the 10 pillars of Shia Islam, which are Salat, Zakat or charity, fasting and Hajj, Jihad, arm bil maruf or enjoining good, one nahi anil munkar, forbidden evil, Khums, which is a tax, Tawalli, loving Ahlul Bayt, and Tabrarri, disassociating from the enemies of Ahlul Bayt. I will offer a brief description of each of these 10 pillars. The first again is Salat. Salat is a Muslim prayer performed 3 times a day by Shia Muslims facing the Kaaba. Ritual purity and wudu are required before performing the Salat, which can be done either alone or in a group. Zakat is the second pillar. Zakat involves the giving of alms or charitable donations to the poor and needy. The Quran says about charity, "Say, O Muslims, we feed you for the sake of Allah alone. No reward do we desire from you, nor thanks." The third pillar is fasting. Now, during the month of Ramadan, Muslims are obligated to fast every day from dawn to sunset. Fasting requires abstinence from sex, food, drinking, and smoking. The Quran says, "O you who believe, fasting is prescribed for you, even as it was prescribed for those before you, that you may ward off evil." The fourth is Hajj. Now, Hajj is the pilgrimage each Muslim makes to Mecca, which is required of every Muslim who is physically and financially able to make the journey. The Quran says, "Indeed, the first house of worship established for mankind was that at Makkah or Mecca, blessed and a guidance for the worlds. In it are clear signs such as the standing place of Abraham al-Islam, and whoever enters it shall be safe. And due to Allah from the people is a pilgrimage to the house, for whoever is able to find a way there. But whoever disbelieves, then indeed Allah is free from need of the worlds." Next is Jihad. Jihad is an Arabic word which literally means striving or struggling. In an Islamic context, it can refer to almost any effort to make personal and social life conform with God's guidance, such as struggle against one's evil inclinations, proselytizing, or efforts toward the moral betterment of the Muslim community, arm bil maruf, or directing others towards good, and wan nahi anil munkar, or forbidding what is evil, are the other 2 pillars within Shia Islam. The first means to enjoin what is right, and the second means to forbid what is evil. These are 2 important duties imposed by God in Islam as revealed in the Quran and Hadith. This expression is the base of the Islamic institution of Hisbah, the individual or collective duty to intervene and enforce Islamic law. The Quran says, "Let there arise out of you a band of people, inviting to all that is good, enjoining what is right, and forbidding what is wrong. They are the ones to attain felicity." Then there is Khums. In Islam, Khums literally means 1/5 and refers to the required religious obligation of any Muslims to pay 20% of their acquired wealth from certain sources towards special causes. Khums in the Jafari Shia tradition is applied to the business profit or surplus of a business income. It is payable at the beginning of the financial year. Then there is Tawalla. Tawalla means loving the Ahlul Bayt, who is the Prophet and his family. And doing so is a part of the 12th Shia Islam aspects of the religion, and is derived from a Quranic verse, chapter 42:23, in which the Quran says to the Prophet, "Say, I do not ask of you any reward for it, but love for my near relatives or my family. And whoever earns good, we give him more of good therein. Surely Allah is forgiving, grateful." Furthermore, the Sunni and Shi'a hadith of the event of the cloak is used to define who is Muhammad's near relatives. And the last pillar of Shia Islam is Tabrarri. Tabrarri is a doctrine in Shia Islam that refers to the obligation of disassociation from those who oppose God and those who caused harm to and were the enemies of the Islamic Prophet. Shias believe that the imamate is the inheritor of Risala or apostleship, and thus the protector of Islam. Muhammad introduced the imams, and each imam introduced and stipulated the next imam. People who were obstacles to the imamate and implementation of the true form of Islam, as well as those who were enemies of Ahlul Bayt, are considered enemies of God. It is necessary for all believers to disassociate themselves from them. This concludes the brief introduction to the 10 pillars of Shia Islam. I want to thank you for your time. Assalamu alaikum. Goodbye for now.